Question everything. So, there's a lot going on out here in the world when it comes to what is happening with the Palestinians and Palestine, as well as, with Israel. All this stuff, which way it's going to go, what's going to happen, you wonder all these things, But at the end of the day, in the 1800s, Albert Pike, the Messianic head, he wrote out World War I, World War II, and World War III. I said this before, in the 1800s. So now with that stated, think about it. World War I already happened, and it happened exactly the way Albert Pike wrote it out. Coincidence? Or did he prophesize it? He's just a Mason now, and we know who's running the United States right now as we speak. Those Freemasons, the Masons, the Illuminati, the deep states, and so on. So with that stated, Albert Pike also wrote World War II in the pretty much 1800s, give or take. Now my thing is this. It's one thing to write World War I out in Albert Pike letter for the World Wars, and it goes exactly the way World War I was written out the way he stated. And it's another thing for World War II to be written out by him, and they go exactly the way his letter actually stated. But then he also wrote out World War III too. And guess what? Look where we at, guys. Right now. Exactly. Heading to World War III. Now the question is, for him to be able to write out World War I, and it came out and started and went through the way he actually wrote it out, then he wrote out World War II, and it started and went exactly the way he wrote it out. What do you think about World War III and how he written it out and how to start it and get it going? And what's that about? Because it can't be a coincidence if two of them already in the book, and it went word for what his letter says, and now we're going into what they're calling a possible World War III already at the Cold War part of it. There's no way in the world he wrote out all three, and it's a prediction or him prophesizing it. You would have to somewhat say, man, he wrote this out, and the people that is under those Messianic servants and Messianic orders that's a part of that genre behind the cameras and behind the scenes, they actually orchestrating these things. Because you can't do 1, 2, and 3 and they all come out right and exact the way he actually wrote it out 100%. See, the scary part is the other part of the letter that they hide. And you said, what is that? Well, he said simultaneously, the greatest threat to their movement is the American citizens, meaning all of you. And he said simultaneously as World War III start off, you also gotta simultaneously attack who? Exactly. So with that stated, what is population control is all about? And how do they actually use population control? Is what Bill Gates said when he was on the stage talking about 15% of the population got to go, and how they was going to go about doing it out of his mouth. You can look that up. That's also public information, as well as Albert Pike letters is public information. So not only did Bill Gates say they want to knock off 15% of the population, didn't Kamala Harris come out and say too that in order for our babies to have clean water, they also got to depopulate some of the people? Didn't she pretty much say that as well? And you can look that up as well. Well, you got millionaires and billionaires and vice presidents talking about depopulating the citizens. Population control, depopulating the people, And then you got the late, Prince Charles said he want to come back as a disease and wipe out half of humanity, because humanity is a parasite or something like that to the world. But all in all, he also was speaking on the same thing when it comes to the population. But if that's the case, what do war do when war pop off? Do that depopulate thousands of people at a given note? And is that a part of it? How do that actually work? Where do you see this confrontation and situation going with Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, and who knows, eventually Taiwan with China? How do you see this playing out? And how many people, or how many countries are willing to get involved in this dispute that's causing this new World War III? What is your thoughts? What is really going on behind the scenes? Are they trying to depopulate the population based off of them coming into their new world order and wanting to consolidate their power to be able to control the people more, and it's just too many people on the planet for them to continue to keep their narrative or these lies and programs that they done put in our heads that are misnomers and distruth from where they're coming from when it comes to everything that's going on from history till now? Is it that reality that the wealthy is getting nervous based off of them hoarding all the resources to themselves, and the people are struggling amongst themselves to get resources and starting to realize that the cost of living, the inflated dollar, and all these things are a manipulation of what the wealthy is doing to them to keep them at ground zero when it comes to economic poverty? Is that a possibility? Well, you know, we do have this word called population control. Who are they really trying to control? And who's doing the controlling? And why? What is that about? And when they say depopulation, who are they really talking about? Is they talking about themselves? Or are they talking about you and I as the citizens? See, these are real important thoughts and real important things that you as the American citizen need to think about, because if your government is talking about depopulation, who are they going to depopulate? Wouldn't you like to know? Or is it little Tommy sitting right next to you playing a video game? Are they trying to get rid of him? These are thoughts. Important thoughts. Because when it comes to people leaving the planet, I don't think no one want to raise their hand to be first. But that's just a thought. And I don't know. And I don't understand. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.